Hello and welcome to Dr. Cage Says. Today we're talking about body mass index and the question of, is it really a true measure of obesity? So the body mass index, or BMI, is supposed to be the gold standard health measurement for obesity. BMI numbers are getting worse throughout the country and have been for several decades. Insurance companies and healthcare systems routinely use the BMI to label someone obese. That in turn can lead to increased health insurance premiums and in some cases possibly to deny coverage entirely. But what if you learned that the BMI has absolutely no scientific validity as a measure of individual human health? Hi, I'm Dr. Arlen Cage. I have a background in modern physics, several forms of natural healing, Oriental medical theory, energy healing, and longevity. I'm here to assist you with your mind, body, and spirit questions through a series of health and wellness lectures, videos, and private consultations. To learn more about all I have to offer, please visit my website. It's there on the screen, drcagesays.org, and please subscribe to this YouTube channel. So this equation shown here on the screen, weight divided by the square of the height, is the equation used to compute your BMI. It was invented by a Belgian statistician named Adolphe Quetelet, and it was used and intended to make measurements of large populations. He was looking for ways to quickly allocate government resources, either where people were overweight and needed education, or perhaps where people were underweight and they were starving. Adolphe Quetelet himself said it could not and should not be used to measure the fatness of any one individual. And let's take a look at this list of reasons why. First and foremost, it doesn't account for age. It doesn't account for gender or ethnicity. We know that different ethnic groups have normal, healthy fat distributions that vary widely. Possibly the most important, it doesn't make a distinction between fat mass and muscle mass. Fit, trained athletes will test with a high BMI, and they are not unhealthy and they are not obese. The BMI does not account for the distribution of fat within the body, which, as we'll see, pertaining to truncal fat, makes fat held in the midsection is a greater health risk than fat evenly distributed over the surface of the body. Quetelet never intended it to be used for individuals. He knew it wasn't accurate, and as a result, it has no basis in human physiology with respect to the health of a single individual. So you may be asking, what should we use instead of BMI to get better results? There's actually two measures that are extremely useful. The first is measuring your percent body fat. What percentage of your weight is composed of fat? What percent is composed of muscles, bones, organs, and things of that nature? The second is a measure called the waist-hip ratio. You measure your waist, you measure at the narrowest point, you measure your hips at the widest point, and that ratio gives us a really good measurement of where your fat is distributed. On the screen you see a standard drawing that shows the pear shape versus the apple shape. The truncal fat concentrated in the midsection around your abdominal organs, that fat is less healthy than that distributed around the periphery. So the ratios for waist hips, men should be less than 1, women should be less than 0.8 for optimal health. So in summary, that's my very short primer on the body mass index. It really is not a useful measurement except to look at large populations, which is how Adolphe Quetelet intended it to be used. You can measure your waist-hip ratio at home. You can measure your percent body fat at home. Body fat calipers are actually very inexpensive. There are software programs and there are manuals that usually come with your calipers that have the charts for how to combine that data and get an accurate measurement. So these are things you can do at home. You can use that to augment any other information you may get from doctors. the big lesson to be learned is that fit, trained athletes, Olympic athletes, shot putters, NFL linemen, weightlifters, and bodybuilders will test as obese, according to the BMI, when they have extremely low body fat percentages, sometimes 15%, 10%, or even less, and they are nowhere near at the same health risk as somebody who really is obese. So that's it for today. As a reminder, for your health goals, I have a 5-page handout on high quality eating. If you email me at the handout link below, I will send that to you. And please check out my website, my Patreon program. I want to thank all the Patreon members whose work and contributions are helping me build up money for new equipment, such as better webcams and a teleprompter. I'm saving up for a teleprompter. So if you have questions about this or any of the other issues or subjects on my website, please send me an email, drcadesays@gmail.com, and I will get back to you when I can. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next time.